Hello everyone, welcome back to Tech Junction. So in this short video, I'll be sharing some of the common questions that are generally asked in every software testing interview. So let's get started.
The first question you will likely to encounter is what is software testing? Why it is important? Here you need to explain that software testing ensures the quality of software by identifying defects and ensuring it meets the requirement. Okay. Next, you may ask about the different types of software testing. There is a manual testing where tests are done by hand, and the automation testing which uses tool to automate the process. Then there is a functional testing which checks the functionality of the software, and the non-functional testing which looks like testing the performance, security and other factors. Another common question is explain the software testing life cycle. This refers to the phases like requirement analysis, test planning, test case development, test environment setup, test execution and test closure. The next is what is difference between verification and validation. So the verification ensures the product is built correctly, while the validation ensures that the right product is built. You may also be asked about the different levels of testing like unit testing, which focuses on individual components, integration testing checks how component works together, system testing evaluate the entire system, and acceptance testing means checks if it meets user requirement. Then we have what is test case. How do you write a good test cases? Okay, a test case includes input, execution condition and expected result, and a good one is clear, simple and thorough. Interviewer might also ask what is the difference between test cases and test plan. So the test case focuses on specific scenarios, while a test plan is an outline that the testing strategy, objective, resources and schedule is mentioned. Another question is what is difference between black box testing and white box testing? So the black box testing tests the functionality without looking at the internal code, while white box testing looks at the internal structure. The next we have is what is regression testing and when it is done. So the regression testing ensures that new changes haven't affected existing functionality. It's usually done after updates or bug fixes. Next one we have is what is the difference or the different types of defects in the software testing. Okay, so these includes the functional, performance, usability and the security defects. What is UAT? That is user acceptance testing. UAT ensures that the software meets the end user's need and is ready for deployment. Okay. The next one we have is what is automation framework, which framework you have used. So the automation framework provides a set of structure for automation tests. For example, it includes Selenium with Java or any other programming language along with the test engine. Next, they may ask, how do you prioritize test cases in the project? So you have to answer something like the test cases are usually prioritized based on business impact, critical functionality and the likelihood of failure. The next one we have is what is bug life cycle. The bug life cycle refers to the various stages a defect goes through, from identification to its resolution. Next is what is difference between severity and priority in a defect. So severity indicates the impact of defect, while priority indicates how quickly it should be fixed. What is performance testing? How do you conduct it? So the performance testing evaluate the system speed, scalability and stability under the load. The next one we have is They may ask, explain the concept of test coverage and why it's important. So the test coverage measures the extent to which the software is tested. It's important for identifying areas that have not been tested. You might be also asked, how do you handle missing requirements or unclear specifications? In such cases, you have to answer something like collaborating with stakeholder to clarify the requirements and proceed with the assumptions if necessary, but make sure they are documented. Okay. Next one we have is, what are the key challenges in software testing? So the challenges include handling rapidly changing requirements, ensuring test coverages, and maintaining the test environment. Next is, what are the tools you have used for tracking and test management? Common tools you can, what are the tools actually you are using that you can explain? Otherwise, we know the common tools like Jira, Bugzilla, and TestRel are there. Next is, what is the role of continuous integration in testing? So the continuous integration ensures that code changes are tested regularly, reducing integration problems. Next one we have is, can you explain what exploratory testing is and when it is used? So you have to answer something like, exploratory testing involves exploring the software without predefining test cases. Okay, often used when requirements are unclear. What are mocks and stubs in unit testing? So mocks are simulate behavior of real project, while stub provide predefined responses. Next, they may ask, what is API testing and how do you approach it? So the API testing involves verifying the functionality, reliability, and performance of APIs, usually done by sending request and validating what response we are getting. Okay. Finally, you might hear, what are the key difference between smoke testing and sanity testing? So the smoke testing checks if basic functionalities work fine, while sanity testing verifies specific fixes or changes.
So these are the most common questions asked in every software testing interview. So you have to prepare for this first. I'll be sharing answer of each in the upcoming shorts. So don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.